That was awesome. Thank you. I moved to the back so I could see all your faces. And like a rock out back there and nobody would see me. So you guys were fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for just that heart and that joy that you just shared with all of us. So amazing. And I've heard that working with Kelly is fun and ease and joy, and you just sound good. Oh my, thank you. Thank you. That's feeding me, I have to tell you. That just feeds my soul as well. I want to point out that this is like an official Advent stole, and I got this when I was ordained as a gift from my home church, which is Unity of Port St. Lucie. So I just want to say a big shout out if anyone's listening from there, and I love that, and thank you so much. The topic, to carol or not to carol? That is the question, right? You guys missed that punchline. That's all right. That's all right. What we're going to do is talk a little bit about the history of carols, where they come from, why do we sing them, what do they mean to us, and then you know how we in the New Thought regime kind of go, can't be singing that, can't be singing that, can't be singing that. Well, maybe you can. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. So where do you think carols came from? Co-opt. Pagan, that's right. Once again, right? The early church fathers co-opted a lot of the pagan holidays, celebrations, rites. And carols were what was sung at the 4 different seasons of the year to celebrate the seasons. And along comes the church fathers and they go, grumble. And they soon turn them into some Christian-themed music. So the word carol, what does it mean? I've got it written down right here. It means to dance or a song of praise and joy. Dance or a song of praise or joy. I like that. So we have the church leaders that co-opted. And I remember I told you that there were 4 seasons that it was happening with these different pagan carolings that were going on. But it seems like the one that really stuck was the Christmas one. Why? Well, it ties in with church Christmas, right? And the born of the Messiah, right? So that is the one that stuck. Now, early on, Christmas carols were really not that popular because the church fathers wrote them in Latin. Most of the folks didn't know what does it mean? What's going on? So it really wasn't that popular. It wasn't until St. Francis of Assisi in about 1223 came on board, and he wanted to do kind of like these nativity plays and things of that nature. And that was the first time that these songs were sung in their original language. And it started to get popular and kind of catchy. By the 1400s, carols were really not a church thing. They were more sung in homes of celebration. They used to have those minstrels that would wander the street playing and singing, so carols were done then. And then we have the Puritans that rose in England around 1647, and they banned carols. Well, of course they did. The Puritans banned it. They tried to. That's right, Michelle. They tried to. And what happened is then carols went kind of underground. They were secret. People sung them in their homes. And then they really did not become popular until the Victorian age. And a lot of our traditional Christmas carols will have come from that period of time. And they're still happening. They're still here. We still sing them. So why have they withstood the test of time? 1, tradition, right? If you do something more than once, 2 times at least, then it becomes a tradition, something like that. They're also meaningful. They're meaningful to people, so they stay, right? Each of us has that particular carol that means something about our childhood, Christmas, like our best Christmas at childhood. There'll be a carol that will come on, and we'll flash back to that like special moment. And then when we become adults and we start dating, there'll be that Christmas carol that represents that special time as well. So they become special and meaningful to us. What I want to do today is I want to deconstruct one of the Christmas carols. And I'm doing that, one, because it's one of my favorites, so yeah, I'm biased, but also because as I deconstruct this, you then have the ability to deconstruct any Christmas carol that you choose to. With me? So my favorite one is Silent Night. Stille Nacht, Heilige Nacht. Silent Night, Holy Night. Originally, it was written by a priest who is known as Father, see if I talk slow enough, then I get to the car, Father Joseph Mohr in Austria. He wrote the lyrics, and then a good friend of his who was a school teacher, Franz Xaver Gruber, wrote the melody. So originally in German, and it wasn't until 1836 that that song gets translated into English. German, then English. And it has a significance during World War I. And I'm going to ask Avery to run that clip for me.
Jenkins, Oakley, Light.
Ein Blitzer kommt! Ein Blitzer kommt!
Jim?
Jim, don't do it!
Halt! Er ist nicht bewaffnet! Nein, Otto!
Jim!
My name is Jim.
Mein Name ist Otto.
Pleased to meet you, Otto.
Freut mich.
Rose, she's called.
Schön, schön. Danke. Happy Christmas. Frohe Weihnachten.
So that's one of the stories about the truths of Christmas 1914. And every time I see it, I get stirred up as well. Yeah. And I picked this because in that moment, there was oneness. In that moment, there was a connection greater than themselves, greater than a war. The power of music, the power of sacredness. Now, that didn't happen all across the line because any fraternization was known as treason. So there was a lot of fear around that. But there were some instances of this. I'm not sure that a soccer game ensued, but maybe a little dramatic license there, but that's all right. In that moment. And then we come here to the New Thought community, and we get kind of nutty. I'm saying it. Yes, you do. Yes, I do. And where we look at these words and we dissect them and we go, no, that's outside theology. No, that's not part of my theology. No, that's what they used to believe in. That's not what I no longer believe in. And we just throw it to the side. Or I've seen some ministers get really creative and completely rewrite the carols, And that's okay. It's all okay, whether you want to rewrite them or not. I am giving you an option that you don't have to rewrite them. So let's look at Silent Night. The first thing that I want to talk about is that we are metaphysicians. What does meta mean? Whole, right? The more than. It's really about transcending. Meta is about transcending. So when we talk about metaphysics, we're transcending the physical, right? We're transcending. So let's look here at a few of the lines. I'm not going to take the whole thing. So, if you would, Avery, the first one, yeah. Silent night, holy night. So when we look at what does silence mean, silence means entering that sacred place where we are connected with our highest selves. And holy, we talk about wholeness, all of us, the spirit, the mind, the soul, our energy, everything. So silent night, holy night, here we are. This is our ability to connect with the sense of the universe in wholeness. Well, I'm down with that. That resonates with me. How about you? All right. Let's go to the next one, Avery. All is calm and all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child. So I like to be surrounded in calmness and brightness. Now, when it says round yon virgin, it's not saying round. Should I do that for the camera? Round. Round yon virgin. It's saying when we are around that virgin over there, all is calm and all is bright. And when we look at virgin, we see that as the life source within. The life source within. And mothering, that's bringing spirit into manifestation. Bringing spirit into manifestation. Next one, please, Avery. Sleep in heavenly peace. When we look at sleep, sleep is that time where we don't have all those thoughts bombarding us, the right, the wrong, the judgments, the this, we should, we shouldn't. So it's the time that we harmonize our discordant thoughts. And when we talk about heaven, we are talking about divine mind. Sleep in heavenly peace. So when I am in that space of no discordant thoughts, I am in divine mind. I am in peace. Next one. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Jesus, we call and talk about that being the ideal man manifested in this realm. And Lord is known as the activity of the I am. So here we are. Ideal man, woman. Ideal woman. Being the activity of God in the world. That's what I'm called for. To be God in the world, manifesting through me, as me, of me. of you. Next one, Avery. Christ the Savior is born. And I've got to tell you, the Savior thing throws us all for a loop. We hear Savior and we're running. Christ we call divine man. And Savior basically is about restitution of our birthright. The restitution of our birthright. So divine man, you, I am bringing restitution for the truth of what I am, divine, whole, awesome. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So that's a small deconstruct of one carol, in which I'm really comfortable singing the words out loud and powerful because it resonates with me once I understand what's underneath that. And that's our work. That is our work, to go in those layers. So to carol or not to carol? My answer is, carol your hearts out, babies. Because carols transcend, right? The intention of someone composing those lyrics to try to capture the essence of this miraculous season. And the music, that vibration that brings us either into that sacred moment or that joy. You sing Joy to the World and it's like, joy to the world. You can't help it, right? It's not like joy to the world, right? You are transported, you are transcended. That's what this music does for us. It's about intentions. What does salvation mean to us? What meaning do we make of certain words? It's all us. It's not them. It's all us. So I invite you, this next week, you know you're going to be bombarded with Christmas carols. And I invite you to look at them in a new way, to don't make them wrong, to don't boo-hoo, oh, that's so traditional. Oh, that's so fundamental. No, I invite you to look at them in a new way and embrace them with meaning for you, that you can carol and be in the joy of the moment. So that's my wish for you, this caroling happy season, and I'm just so grateful. So the choir's going to come back up here, give us a number, prepare us for meditation, and then I'll be back in a minute.